G'day everybody, beautiful day here at Naughty Goat Farm. I just thought I would show you around the property a little and then also give you a bit of a look at the two aquaponics tanks that we just had delivered in the weekend. We have our solar panels up on the roof there. That's our grapevines along the side of the house there. This is going to be a hugelkultur bed, so a wood-based bed. Have a look at that on YouTube if you don't know what a hugelkultur bed is. And then around here, these are our two new aquaponics tanks. We had to have them delivered by a crane. They're pretty big and they've got a steel frame built into them. There's a steel frame right around the top, and then there's steel reinforcing that goes right underneath, and then steel that runs right down the full length of them. They're fibreglass. They've got a metal top which we're going to remove. They used to be used, they were in an old freezing works meat processing plant. Not too sure what they were used for, but being fibreglass, the good thing about it is they're all inert and they will clean out beautifully. So, give you a bit of an idea, they're over 5 meters long. I haven't actually run the tape measure across them, but they're over 5 meters long. They're about 1.3 or 1.4 meters by 1.3 or 1.4 meters. Approximately somewhere between 5,000 and 6,000 liters per tank. And there's two of them. They do need a little bit of work. Someone has actually stolen some fittings off here. And I'm going to need to probably patch that because the the fiberglass is actually cracked. So I'm going to have to grind this back and put some new fiberglass over here and build that back up again and seal it. This one's not so bad. They've just ripped the fitting off it, and it's now just needs probably a plate. I'll probably get a plate put on there and just bolt a plate on with some filler on it. I'll see how I go with the fiberglassing. I haven't actually done too much of that in the past, certainly filling holes, so I'll have to see how I go. And I may fill these ones as well. There's two of these up here. I'll just see. I haven't quite worked out exactly how I'm going to put the fittings on it. But as you can see, they're pretty large tanks, and I'm really excited to have them here. I got them for a pretty good price because the fellow that I bought them off is selling his farm and needed to clear them out, and they hadn't been used in the time that he had them. So the idea is that the tops off the wicking garden beds, which I've cut off the IBCs, they will actually be used up this way on the top, and I'll actually set two of them across here, and I'll run some angle iron across, and so they'll actually sit in a cradle of angle iron between each of them. So each of these beds, or each of these tanks, I'm sorry, will actually have 10 IBC bottoms turned up, sorry, IBC tops turned up, and there'll be 10 of them, 5 down that way and 2 across. So there'll actually be 20 IBC beds, and they will all drain directly back into the tank with bell siphons. So they'll be constantly just filling. So the tank will be the sump and the tank for the fish. But because there's 10 of them, and because they'll all be filling and emptying at different rates, I shouldn't have too much trouble with fluctuating water. I think with that number of beds and the size that this tank is and the volume of the tank, I don't think it's going to cause too much problem with water fluctuations up and down as the beds fill. If it does, then I might go to a sump tank system and bury a sump in the ground and use a shift piss system, which is a constant height in fish tank pump in sump, I think is the acronym. So anyway, I just wanted to give you that update and thought some of you might find it interesting for the next step in the Naughty Goat Farm saga. Thanks.